When you work as a freelancer in Denmark, managing your tax obligations can feel complex, but with a clear structure and the right tools, it becomes a straightforward, repeatable process. In this video, we will walk through the essentials of freelancer tax filing in Denmark, so you can stay compliant, avoid surprises, and focus your time on growing your business. We will cover how freelance income is treated, what you need to register, how to track your income and expenses, and how to use the Danish tax system to file efficiently and on time. Let us start with how Denmark views freelance work from a tax perspective. As a freelancer, your income is typically considered self-employment income, either as a sole proprietor under a personal tax number, CPR, with a business registration, CVR, or through a small company structure. Many independent professionals start as sole proprietors because it is simple, flexible, and easier to administer. Regardless of the structure you choose, the key principle is that you are responsible for reporting your income and paying tax and social contributions on it. The main tax authority is Skattestyrelsen, and you manage most things through the online portal Tastesev. Before you start invoicing clients, you should ensure that your business is correctly registered. Typically, this means registering a sole proprietorship via virk.dk, which will provide you with a CVR number and, when relevant, register you for VAT, moms. In Denmark, VAT registration is mandatory if your annual taxable turnover exceeds a specified threshold, so even if you are starting small, it is important to understand whether you are required to charge VAT from day one. Once registered, you should review your preliminary income assessment, known as forskudsopgørelse, on Tastesev. This is where you estimate your expected income for the year. Updating this regularly, especially if your freelance income rises or falls, helps avoid large back payments when the final assessment, the årsopgørelse, is issued. Next, let us discuss how to manage your freelance finances day to day. One of the most effective steps is to separate your personal and business finances. Open a dedicated bank account that you use only for freelance income and expenses. This does not need to be a formal business bank account to create value. The simple separation gives you clarity and simplifies documentation if Skattestyrelsen requests it. From there, track every invoice and every expense in a simple accounting tool or spreadsheet. Record the invoice date, client, amount before VAT, VAT amount if applicable, payment date, and any relevant notes. For expenses, capture the date, supplier, purpose, amount, and VAT. Always store receipts, either physically or by scanning them into a digital archive. The key requirement is that they are legible and retrievable. When it comes to which expenses are deductible, Denmark allows you to deduct costs that are directly related to generating your freelance income. Common examples include software subscriptions, professional equipment, office supplies, marketing, business travel, and a portion of your phone and internet if they are used for business. If you work from home, you may in some cases deduct a share of housing costs, provided you meet the criteria for having a dedicated workspace. This is an area where the rules are nuanced, so it can be worth confirming with an accountant or checking current guidance from Skattestyrelsen. The principle to keep in mind is documentation and reasonableness. You should be able to explain how each expense contributes to your business. VAT, or moms, is another central element for many freelancers. If you are VAT registered, you charge 25% VAT on most services and then report and pay this VAT to Skattestyrelsen on a periodic basis, typically quarterly. At the same time, you can deduct the VAT you have paid on business-related purchases, so you only transfer the net VAT amount. This means your bookkeeping should clearly distinguish between amounts with and without VAT. Submitting VAT returns is done through Tastesev and is relatively simple once you have your numbers organized. You enter total sales, total VAT on sales, total VAT on purchases, and the system calculates what you owe or are due to be refunded. Missing VAT deadlines can trigger fees, so set calendar reminders for each reporting period and consider blocking out time in advance to prepare. Turning to income tax itself, Denmark operates with progressive tax rates and a combination of municipal and state taxes, along with social contributions such as ATP, which are typically modest for freelancers. As a self-employed person, you are generally taxed on your business profit, which is your revenue minus deductible business expenses. Depending on your situation, you may be able to choose specific tax schemes for self-employed individuals that affect how your income and pension contributions are handled. For many freelancers, a best practice is to set aside a fixed percentage of each payment, often between 40 and 50%, in a separate tax savings account. This is not a legal requirement, but it is an effective risk management measure, ensuring that when tax and VAT are due, the funds are already available. During the year, you adjust your forskudsoppgjørelse as your estimated income changes. After the year ends, Skattestydelsen generates your årsoppgjørelse based on the data they have, including what you have reported. You review this carefully, make any necessary corrections, and submit. If you have paid too much through preliminary tax, you receive a refund. If you have paid too little, you will have an amount to settle, potentially with interest if the gap is large and not corrected in time. For many freelancers, the idea of managing all of this alone can feel overwhelming, but in practice, you do not need to become a tax expert to be fully compliant. Focus on a few foundational habits. Keep clean records, separate business and personal finances, update your income estimates during the year, and respect deadlines for VAT and tax filings. The digital systems in Denmark are designed to support you, with clear overviews in Tastesev and guidance available directly on skat.dk. For more complex issues, such as cross-border clients, intellectual property income, or questions around pensions and deductions, working with a Danish accountant even once a year can be a highly efficient investment that ensures you optimize your position and avoid errors. In closing, freelancer tax filing in Denmark becomes much easier when you break it into simple, repeatable steps. Register your business correctly, understand whether VAT applies, track income and expenses diligently, and use Tastesev to keep your information up to date. By setting up a clear structure now, you reduce administrative stress, improve your financial visibility, and free up time and energy to focus on delivering value to your clients. If you build these habits early in your freelance journey, tax season in Denmark will feel less like a hurdle and more like a predictable, manageable part of running a professional and sustainable business.